of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you and welcome. I'd like to call to order the regular board meeting for August 8th of 2024, and I would ask the clerk to do a roll call, please.
Mr. Erickson?
Here.
Mr. Morris?
Here.
Mr. Beggs?
Here.
Mr. Hardy?
Here.
Mr. Walker?
Here. Thank you. I'd ask for a motion to approve the minutes from the July 25th meeting.
I'll make that motion, Hardy. Support.
Moved by Mr. Hardy, support by Mr. Beggs. Is there any discussion or questions on the minutes? All in favor of approval, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Conflict of interest disclosure regarding agenda items. Do any board members want to declare a conflict of interest? Hearing none, are there any changes to the agenda?
When I provided a copy of that motion for the district court request to Mr. Erickson, and if I may, can you add to the MIDC individual contract agreement at the end of that and terminate the previous agreement?
I can do that.
Mr. Morris, are you clear with that?
Yep.
Thank you.
Are there any other changes to the agenda? All in favor of approval of the agenda with the changes made, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Are there any public comments at this time? Hearing none, Mr. Morris, the MIDC individual contract agreement.
Thanks, Chairman Walker. I make a motion to approve the Oceana County Indigent Defense Managed Assigned Council Administration Independent Contractor Agreement for 3 years from October 1, 2024 through September 30, 2027, and terminate the previous agreement and allow the chair to sign.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Do we have a support?
Support.
Moved by Mr. Morris, support by Mr. Erickson. Any discussion from the board? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes. Mr. Erickson, district court request.
Mr. Walker, I make motion 2024-87 to allow the district court to hire a full-time courtroom clerk for the remainder of financial year 2024 in the amount not to exceed $28,500 and allow the administrator to make the necessary budget adjustments with the position to be revisited during the financial year 2025 budget process.
Thank you, Mr. Erickson. Do we have a support?
I'll support, Hardy.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Moved by Mr. Erickson, support by Mr. Hardy. Any discussion? Yes, Mr. Morris.
Mr. Walker, I just like to say I'm gonna I've said that I would like to wait till the new budget season, but I see merit to voting for it and to approving it. And the merit is, first of all, I see the need for the recorder. Secondly, I see if you got a person, sometimes you got to hire based on having the availability of the person as well. And I think that's wise. So I will be voting in favor of the motion.
Sometimes, Mr. Morris, if you don't hire a person you have who's capable of doing it, somebody else will.
Right.
So, any other comments? Roll call vote, please.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Morris?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes, thank you. Mr. Beggs, part-time DSO.
I'd like to make motion 2024-87 to approve the addition of a part-time veteran service officer in the Veterans Affairs Office for 20 hours per week with funds to come from the Veterans Millage Fund.
Do we have a support?
Support.
That should be 2024-88, sorry.
Oh,
My apologies.
As noted, 2024-88. Do we have a support?
I'll support, Hardy.
Moved by Mr. Beggs, support by Mr. Hardy. Any comments or discussion?
Just for clarification, so my motion was, in
20,
the writing, it says 2024-88, but on the right-hand side, it says 2024-86, so just let's make sure those are all clear.
Yep,
Oh, 86,
yep.
okay, yeah, you're right.
My motion was 87, and I supported Tim's motion.
Should we flip flop the veterans to 86?
No, the
No, you're
86
okay.
should be the MIDC,
Okay,
and 88
Just
should be the
text
BSO.
alone.
okay.
Okay. And that's what Amy has.
Yes, don't change.
No, let's ask the most important person if they're clear. Amy, are you
I'm
clear
not
on-
sure. I haven't had enough sleep this week.
The item numbers are correct, it's just the text and the,
Correct.
and the description, that's correct.
So follow them in the column on the right.
All right.
So we have a motion for the part-time VSO by Mr. Beggs, supported by Mr. Hardy.
Well, I don't know.
Erickson.
I thought he did the second.
Yeah, I supported it.
And then when you talked a little bit,
That is correct.
so,
Mr. Beggs, you have a motion on the floor.
Yep.
Mr. Erickson, you have a support for that motion.
Yes, sir.
thank you.
So we're correct. And I'll ask one last time if there's any other comments. Thank you. I'll ask for the vote, please.
Okay. Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Morse?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes. Thank you. I'm glad we have board members that pay attention seriously. We will, really, it's better to get straightened out right now.
Yep.
And the chair doesn't always pay enough attention to do those or have time to, so thank you, board members. Mr. Hardy, payment of claims.
Yes, ask for board approval of accounts payable and release of funds, for Thursday, August 8th, 2024. This is gonna be a little lengthy, so. For the ambulance, fund total, $268,448.67. Shelby Township Community Park, $386,225.70. Indigent Defense Fund, $11,840.16. Department of Veterans Affairs, $5,505.59. Technology and Innovation, $4,966.60. Building Department Fund total, $2,838.01. For a general fund total of $321,277.63, for a grand total of $1,001,102.36.
Thank you, Mr. Hardy. Do we have a support for payment of that bill?
I'll support.
Thank you, Mr. Beggs. Discussion from board members? Call for the vote, please.
Mr. Hardy?
Yes.
Mr. Beggs?
Yes.
Mr. Erickson?
Yes.
Mr. Morse?
Yes.
Mr. Walker?
Yes, thank you. Reports from commissioners and department heads. Mr. Beggs?
I don't think I have anything today.
Mr. Hardy?
I have nothing at this time, thanks.
Mr. Morris?
Just, we already talked about it, but the National Night Out was awesome, fantastic. Appreciate Under Sheriff, all his efforts in the Sheriff's Department as a whole. It was cool. And the location was fantastic. I mean, it just worked out perfectly too. It's kind of in the center of the county, great new park. Yeah, just, that was a really special night.
Thank you, Mr. Morris. Mr. Erickson?
Yeah, 153rd Oceana County Fair is coming up. We're busy on the grounds right now, adding a little power to the grounds so we can take care of our carnival operators. We're putting up a little paint and working on the grandstands. We'll be filling the buildings next weekend, and we'll have a week of fair this year.
Thank you. A lot of work going into it, but
It's a lot of work going into it this year.
Amy, do you have anything for us?
Well, I do. Nobody made a motion to approve the agenda today.
Make a motion to approve the agenda, we just carried out.
I support. Thank you, Amy.
We had a vote on the approving the agenda.
No, you had,
You had a vote, but you didn't have a motion in the.
So
you
we
talked
have
about additions, but nobody approved it.
Okay, we went right to the vote. We approved it with the addition. Okay. Mr. Beggs, you made a motion to approve,
Yep, I supported
and
it.
Mr. Erickson supported it.
Yep.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Other than that, I'm good.
Okay.
That's-
I don't just caught that one.
I was waiting for something really interesting.
No.
You know, you've got write-in votes, though.
Yeah, we did.
Yep, you covered a
still
lot of ground
canvassing.
this week.
Was the Board of Canvas held?
Yeah, we started yesterday at 1. We're gonna continue Monday morning.
Also, how many did we have early votes?
138.
Wow, not 200 yet, but
Oh, we had 199 in February.
yep.
So,
So the dollar per vote, I think, was up around $50 a vote.
I don't know.
I was told it was another expensive operation.
And I said, Secretary of State Benson said, I think 45% of people voted either absentee or early. Is that about what we had here too? Or is it too early?
Overall, the vote was very low, like 24%.
Yeah, it was horrible.
So do you want me to answer your question with one of my remarks that you don't want to hear?
Sure.
Let Lansing get involved with stuff a little bit more and it'll only get more complicated.
Yeah.
And they have made the voting system very complicated. Every clerk you talk to, village clerks all the way up to the
Yeah.
county will tell you the same thing.
But we sure did the right move by centralizing all of it. There were 46 votes the day before, I believe. There were not many at all. When I talked to Stephanie, gave me a number early on, and it wasn't very busy, was it?
No.
Mm-mm. A lot of preparation for not a lot of
Thank
turnout.
you, Amy. Tracy, do you have anything for us? Anything more? And, Mr. Beggs, thank you for filling the chairs at the last meeting. So, public comments. Are there any public comments? Good morning.
Hi, Marilyn Morris from Benona Township. I have two things. One is, I still need to get to you, Bob, but I passed out an information handout 2 weeks ago that was called a community guide to, or citizen guide for voting, or for getting involved in your government. And I realized that the 9 o'clock time that I had on the 1,000 voter guides that we had Mary Lulich prep was wrong. So I am in the process of going through and correcting all of those as we pass them out. But our goal is to pass those 1,000 guides out to the community and get people attending meetings, their local meetings as well as the county meetings, because we need to know how important your guys' jobs are and help you in any way that we can. The second question that I have is, I brought up the packet for today on my phone as Craig was talking about the budget that you paid. Can you explain to me what the $386,225.70 to the Shelby Township Community Park Fund total? What was that for?
Very easily, the county is the administrator of the grant that was awarded for the work at the Shelby Park.
That's just the county handling the.
We just
funds
have,
to go.
we just
Oh,
have,
okay.
we
Yeah, it's not
just
out of our-
handle fund.
All
This is very similar to the Hart Montague Bicycle Trail when it was refinished.
Okay,
There was no unit of government in the county that was large enough to be able to handle the grant to do that.
okay,
And the county we are also involved with the Hart to Pentwater Bicycle
yes,
Trail.
I was here 2 weeks ago when
Yeah,
they
we
talked
are,
about that.
we are the fiduciary for the grant.
Okay,
is
So
what that
it's
is.
not county taxpayer money that.
That's what I was
Yeah.
wondering. I'm like, where did that money come from? Holy cow. So it came in and now it's going out.
It's just, yeah.
So
yeah.
is this the last payment? Because I drive by the park all the time and I know it's
don't
pretty much
believe it
finished.
is.
No, because they were just awarded another $6.5 million to put up a big building there,
An indoor facility.
an indoor facility.
Really? Where?
Sports
Correct,
complex.
correct.
There.
Phil, correct me on the number. What was the number?
Yeah, 5.5 is what they've had secured.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be about a 40,000 square foot building, like the VAC in Whitehall.
No kidding.
Yeah.
Where's it gonna be located?
At the Shelby Township Park
I know, but
property, the east corner.
southeast corner next to the soccer
Yeah,
field
in
then.
that vicinity, yeah.
Okay. Wow. Impressive.
It's amazing.
Way to go, Richard Raffaelli, huh?
This is a very good example of the working conditions that Oceana County has done with the local units of government as long as I've been on the board. There's a lot of they have gone through because the other units of government, you know, one of the other very good examples that there was when the city of Hart had to redo their sewage treatment facility.
Uh-huh.
They did not have the bonding authority to do that. They could not get the money to do that. Oceana County bonded for them and turned the money over to the city of Hart.
Wow.
So the county works with the other units very, very well.
Okay. Thank you.
Great, thank you.
Any other public comments? No, we will stand adjourned. Thank you, commissioners.
Hey, many times over there, you know that.
No,
It's right
no.
on.
What's that?
Bob changed his name to Tim Banks.
I moved that
Oh,
over there.
my goodness.
Jim didn't put his thing back.
Hey, Kim,
You'll get the blame for it.
My-
I'll get the